Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however you come across it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. We've been going through our mega deck. You can look down in the description below to find out how that was built and what all went into it. But we're pulling one card randomly every morning as our energetic oracle message. And today's card is from Scot Howden's Oracle of Light and Dreams. Card number 42, Pumpkin Patch. And we just recently had Halloween in the time frame of when this video is uploaded. Understanding, of course, that this is a timeless reading and these messages aren't bound by our little human calendar. Okay, the earth has its seasons and we understand this in a big world way, but we still get kind of caught up in the whole, oh my gosh, it's turning colder, what a shock. It's like, why is this a surprise? It's been happening every year for us, depending on where you live. But we get to kind of where we are used to things the way that they are at the moment, and we forget that all things change. Things that are good will change, as well as things that are not good. And again, remembering that good and not good are simply sliders on a spectrum of our beliefs, our opinions, our point of view, which is unique to each of us individually. The way that you think about pumpkins, for example, is completely different than the way that I think about pumpkins. When I think about pumpkins, I have a whole bunch of things that come into my mind, things about family dinners, family holiday traditions, taking children to pumpkin patches and going through corn mazes. And then I actually also have other, memories of things that maybe weren't as great from when I was little, or interesting things when I was an adult, and like a French class that I took where we cooked a pumpkin. We hollowed it out and kept the inside and made like a pumpkin stew, a French pumpkin stew. Maybe it wasn't French. Maybe it was just a pumpkin stew. I don't know. But see, that's what happens in our minds. What our memories do is they'll change over time. And what I see when I look at this card, because we always want to get the messages, the energy that's coming to us directly from the card before we go in the book. And we will look in the book and see what the reading says for us for the book. But we always want to get whatever is going to be coming directly to us from the image. And let's talk just real briefly. The number 42 we know reduces down to a 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. It is the second of the three perfected Tesla numbers, 3, 6, 9. It's kind of the in-between number, right? It's the in-between. And Halloween, autumn, when we have the pumpkins come up, at least in our northern hemisphere, we have very strong traditions that we have going back to very old pre-antediluvian times, old pagan religions, old philosophies and ideas about the changing of the seasons, the thinning of the veil, the ability of those who have passed to make themselves a little easier to hear, to see, to experience in this season of the changing of the seasons. And this kind of energy actually happens every day, twice a day. And you probably are aware of it, but aren't thinking of it right now. But every dawn and every dusk, every time, just that moment before the sun crests the horizon, there's that period where it stops being dark and it starts being light. That is also a very thin veil time, as is dusk, when the sun is setting but has not completely gone dark. You just have that faint glimmer, the gloaming, right? We have a very young witch here. She's dressed in very traditional witchy garb, very traditional Wizard of Oz, right? With the striped tights. She looks not sad. I don't feel that she's sad, but pensive. I feel like she's maybe recalling things that have happened throughout the past year as this year is winding down, as the harvest is coming in, maybe things that didn't go exactly the way that she wanted them to go. Maybe things happened that she wasn't expecting, wasn't planning for, didn't like how it ended up. So there is some sadness here, but it's more of a pensive kind of thing. And we just talked not too long ago about not living in the past, also not living in the future necessarily, but definitely not living in the past. The past and our ideas of time are very much a construct of human experience. When there's a lot of, and actually it's not even human experience, truthfully. There are several cultures on the planet right now, as of today, that don't view time the way that we do in our Western, as they call it, advanced cultures, advanced civilizations. I don't know how advanced I want to call it. Technologically advanced, shall we say. Scientifically advanced, but not maybe necessarily spiritually or emotionally or mentally. We can definitely draw some correlations there. It just feels like this is old energy that's ready to be released, old memories that are ready to be set free. We can look at them like bubbles and understand that we're not throwing everything away. We're not throwing it out. We're not, making it all stop. We are simply deciding to release it, like the pumpkins are released from the vine, that we just let it go. And in that place is a heartiness, a bounty, a harvest blessing of abundance. There's a lot of pumpkins here in this tiny little frame, and I get the strong impression that there are a whole lot more behind her, off to the side of her. Maybe she's not looking at the pumpkins necessarily. She's looking at something else that feels like lack for her. So I just get a very strong sense of maybe not ready for this to pass. Maybe not ready to let this go. But this is your invitation to do exactly that. Let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for us. For card 42, Pumpkin Patch, take time to contemplate. And do remember, I don't look inside the book when I'm doing these readings until you and I look at it together for the first time right now. Okay? So I have no idea. So it's always kind of funny to me when I've pulled the exact same message that the author had. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes I have some radically different idea, but obviously this one is quite in line. Observation, thought, mindful, and understanding are our key words. So just be thinking about that. We are always called to increase our mindfulness, to increase our comprehension and just understanding, knowing, and experiencing what's happening around us right now. Not living in the past, not living in the future, but being here now. The quiet and peaceful pumpkin patch is my favorite place to sit and ponder. I do my best thinking there. The questions and answers seem to come quite freely. From my spot on the knoll, I have a clear view over the pastures and the rolling green hills. I can see the distant rooftops of the nearby village and the lazy trails of smoke drifting from crooked chimney stacks. I think of the town folk who live there with all their things, their busy lives with no time to spare. So today, I ponder a spell that gives them time, lightens their load, vanishes all those things, and rids the desire to have all of this and more. Contemplation involves a careful consideration of people, things, and ideas. and can give us a clearer understanding of what is being observed. Thoughtful reflection can help us be more objective, to see things in a different light, and as a result, enables us to become more mindful of our words and actions. And this quote is from Henry David Thoreau. I would rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to myself than to be crowded on a velvet cushion. Well, yes, I think I agree with you with that, Mr. Thoreau, completely. Yes, absolutely. What a darling little message. So our little witch here, she is contemplating a spell that gives people time, that lightens their load, that removes all the stuff, the clutter from their lives, and the desire to have even more clutter. Imagine you, starting with yourself, giving yourself permission to have more time, to lighten your load, to vanish all the stuff from your life, from your view, from your vision right now, and to just be mindful of where you are right now without the desire to keep adding more stuff in, to keep futzing with it. Just stop for the moment and give yourself time to contemplate, to rest in this space, to rest with yourself, to not have to think about solutions to the 20 million problems in your life. Not at this moment. Your moment right now is to simply be. Just be. Don't be worrying about the stuff. Just be. The stuff is still going to be there as soon as you get done with this quiet space. But give yourself time to not have to be running everywhere, not have to be doing everything, not have to be anything, to simply be yourself. Just to even let go of that. Let go of your identity of who you think you are for just a moment. Let's go Joe Dispenza and go into the void. Go into that space where you are no person. You don't have an identity, because the identity is just the ego that has developed these ideas, parameters, bars, walls, ceiling on what is available for you, what you think is available for you, what you think is possible for you. Let that go. Let your identity go. Let your ego go. It'll still be there. You're not going to lose track of yourself. You're not going to lose yourself in the process. But give yourself time. Give yourself space to simply release the need, the want, the desire, the craving, the hunger. Just let it go. It'll still be there. Trust me. But give yourself this chance where you're just being in yourself. Acknowledging just how strong you are in and of yourself. How smart you are in and of yourself. How brave you are in and of yourself. How much peace is within you. How much love is within you. How much joy is there waiting to be expressed. Give yourself this permission, this time right now, to come forward to yourself and sit here. I'm going to let the video go for right now. I love you. Take this moment, take another couple of minutes. These videos usually go longer, and you probably had allotted yourself some extra time. Give yourself that time to simply just sit and love yourself. Love the experiences that happened in the previous year. Love the possibilities and the opportunities that are coming your way. Love you. Love who you are and where you are right now. And in that power comes all blessings, all abundance, all opportunities for growth, for expansion. Just take this time to just be with you. You are amazing. So go find out just how amazing you are. I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.